Namaste everybody. My name is Mohan Prasad Gautam. I am permanently from Massachusetts Rural Municipality 6, Tital, Kaski, Nepal. Well, very first, I'd like to welcome you all, my dear students, here in this virtual class under the part of the distance education. Right? Well, today I'm gonna teach you English reported speech. Okay, you can see it today's topic here on the screen as well. English reported speech. Okay, so if somebody speak, okay, if somebody speak, we have to report it in direct speech as well as in indirect speech, right? So we report somebody's speech, somebody's statement into two ways. One is direct, another is indirect. So these are called here what? Reported speech, right? Reported speech includes direct speech as well as indirect speech, both, right? It means we can express somebody's expression in two methods, okay? Directly as well as indirectly, right? If we use the exact phrase, okay, of the speaker, okay, it comes under direct speech, right? If we if we report the meaning, the masses, core masses to somebody else, okay, modifying its structure, okay, it comes under, in this situation, it comes under what? Indirect speech. Well, don't be confused with that, okay? English reported speech, right? English reported speech, okay, under it we are going to learn direct speech and indirect speech, my dear student. Okay, now look at here on the screen how to change direct speech, okay, how to change direct speech into indirect speech. This is the core question, this is the today's objective that we are going to achieve, right? So look at here, from example sentences given here very fast. Now let's begin from some example sentences. Very first, okay, number one, Anu said, I'm reading now. Okay, this is let's say exact expression told by a speaker, right? Exact expression told by a speaker, right? Here, as we all discussed, I am reading now. This is kept inside double inverted comma. You can see here. So this expression is spoken directly, is reported directly without changing the word, without changing the structure, right? So we have kept it in double inverted comma, right? Anu said, here is comma, okay, then double inverted comma, I'm reading now, then full stop, then close double inverted comma, right? So very first, before you learn how to change from active, sorry, before learn how to change from direct to indirect, you have to know its component, right? You can see its component in different, form. You can see, look at here, subject, okay, Anu is subject, said a reporting verb, and then here, and you can see here I pronoun, okay, pronoun, this I is pronoun, and then aim, this is what? Verb, okay, this is reported verb, tense sense, right? So here is aim is what? Tense sense, we have to do that. Then we have to see here comma, that also must be changed, right? Inverted comma, already I told you that inverted comma. Then time at verb nine, noun, right? Then pronoun change, okay, just this is I discussed. So these are the component that you have to see very fast, because later on while changing from direct to indirect, we have to change them, okay, differently, right, by using specific rules, right? So that you must be familiar with that. And while changing this one into indirect speech, look at here, Anu said that he was reading, then Anu said, this is reporting verb said, Anu said that, to replace or to remove this comma, we write here what? That. Anu said that he was reading then he, here is I change into he, then was, M change into reading, then. Now change into then. So, my dear student, you have to notice them very first, because we have to make change while changing into indirect speech from direct one, right? Well, now let's move to next example sentence given here on the screen, my dear student. Okay, let's look at the direct speech here. Ankit said to me, Ankit said to me, okay, said to is what? Reporting verb given here, okay. Said to, Ankit is subject, and here you can see comma, okay, and me is object, okay, and then I inverted comma, you can see here, and then went, this is a reported verb, okay, this is a reporting verb, and this went is a reported verb, right? And the next one here you can see, okay, uh, pronoun change, you have to change its pronoun while changing to direct speech, right? And then you have to change its tense, okay, went change into, okay, another tense, and here yesterday change, okay, the time it also must be changed into indirect speech, right? So this went is what? This went is, let's say, reported verb, okay. This said to is a reporting verb, okay. Went is what? This is reported verb. This went is reported verb. Okay, after knowing these elements under, okay, direct speech, okay, now you have to change this direct speech into indirect speech, right? Look at here. Ankit said to becomes told, right? Said to becomes told here, right? Told me, okay, this is object me. Then we have to remove comma. To remove comma, we should replace by that, okay. We should replace by this comma is replaced by that, okay. So we have to remove comma, then we have to write what? That, okay. That, then he, okay. Now I change into he, because first person pronoun change according to the subject, okay. This is the subpronoun rule, okay. So according to the subject is Ankit, so that he had, okay. So this is the when is the tense sense, we have to do here tense sense. So simple past tense into past perfect, okay. He had gone, okay. Had gone, had plus verb 3 or past participle for the verb, had gone to Kathmandu, then yesterday must be also saying this is the time at verb, okay. The previous day, okay. Yesterday is made what? The previous day, right? So these are the changes that we have to make to change or while changing from direct speech to indirect speech. Got it? Well, my dear student, now, okay, look at the next slide here. Major changes. Okay, as we discussed before, we have to do some major changes, right? While changing from direct speech to indirect speech. So, my dear student, now look at here. Number one, change of reporting verb, we have to change the reporting verb, okay. And we have to change number two, pronoun, yeah, it's called change of pronoun. Then number three, change of tense. Then number four, change of what? Change of connectives. So we use what connective? That, okay. Change of adverbial, so time adverb we changed before, okay. Now we change into then in direct speech, right? So these five are the major changes that we have to make while changing from direct to indirect speech. Got it? Well, my dear student, now uh, we have to learn how to change from direct to indirect from from different types of sentences, right? English language has five major type of the sentences, right? Each type of sentence has particular rule to change from direct to indirect. So very first we begin from statement. Yeah, we'll begin from statement, but here you will be looking here, okay, other, okay, interrogative, okay, under it yes no question and ws question. Then number three, imperative sentence, and number four, exclamatory sentence. right? Then last but not least, we have here what? Objective sentence, right? So very first, my dear student, you have to identify these five types of sentences, right? Because we have to follow a particular type of the rule to change from direct speech to indirect speech and vice versa, right? So my dear student, okay, so please write down these, okay, five types of sentences. Very first, we are going to do in detail number one, statement. Yes, I mean how to change from direct to indirect, from statement, or let's say assertive sentences. Okay, then after we will be doing all the rest of the four types of the sentences to change from direct to indirect and vice versa. Got it? Well, without delay, let's move to the next slide. Okay, statement or assertive sentence. Okay, how to change such type of statement or assertive sentences into indirect speech. Okay, so my dear student, most of the rules are common, okay, that we are going to use even in all the type of the sentences, right? Okay, basically, okay, now you have to remember the rules given under each and every type of sentences, right? Direct space and indirect space. Look at here. Very first, look at example sentences here under the statement or assertive type of the sentence. Okay, look at here. Very first, my dear student, please look at this example sentence and write down it in your English grammar copy. Okay. He said number I. He said I cook food. This is statement, or let's say assertive sentence. Okay. He said, as we already discussed. Okay. He, this is subject. Said, this is reporting verb. There is comma. Then here is what inverted comma is used. Okay, to close this exact expression spoken or told by a person or speaker, right? I cook food. Now you have to identify its tense, right? This is verb one or base form of the verb, right? So this is simple present tense. Okay, what structure we have to apply in this situation, okay, or what tense you are going to use in indirect speech, okay? So you have to see, notice from this example sentence given here. He said that, okay, he remains same, okay, he said, okay, said remains same here, said that. To remove this comma, we have to use here that, okay, that he said that, this is connective, okay. Okay, he said that, he, then I first person pronoun change into, I first person pronoun change into he. He said that he then cooked. He cooked food. Here cook verb one change into verb two. Okay, cooked, simple past form of the verb cooked. Food remains same here. Then we remove this double inverted comma. We put just full stop at last. Okay, so look at the next as well. Okay, he said to me, his comma, you are cooking food now. Okay, you are cooking food now. Okay, it is kept in, okay, inverted comma. It's indirect. He told me that I was cooking food. Okay, now let's look at the next one as well. He said to her, she has cooked food. Okay, he told her that she had cooked food. Okay, so here is said, only said that. Said to plus object, we write here what? Told. If there is said to plus object, we write told. He told me that. Okay, sometimes that may be omitted, maybe excluded. Okay, this is, that is here optional part, okay, not compulsory part. And here what's, okay, I, you are cooking, are changed into her was. Okay, present continuous changed into past continuous, was cooking food then. Okay, now cooking now change into then. This number, he said to her, he said to her, she has cooked food. Present perfect tense, right? It change into uh, past perfect tense, had cooked. Okay, So you have to notice the changes that we had made here, right? Well, now let's look at next number 4, Ivy. Okay, look at here. She said to my mother, okay, she said to my mother, comma, you have been cooking food. Okay, present perfect continuous. It is present perfect continuous tense. She told my, okay, now see subject, then said to becomes what? Told my mother. She told my mother, it is told to my mother. Mother, then we remove what? Comma, and then we use what? That to remove comma. That. See, See, first person according to we already changed according to subject in the sentence. Okay, here. Okay, then second person according to object we have changed here. Okay, so here this is second person. Okay, second person. Okay, you is what? Second person pronoun. So change according to object. Object is here mother. So that we write here. She told my mother. She told my mother. Okay, my mother. You. Okay, you have been you. So okay, she said to my mother. Now here she told my mother that see you according to the object is what? Mother. So that we can replace by what? She is a pronoun of mother, my mother. Okay, yes, you can write here that she had been cooking. She had been cooking food. Okay. Present perfect continuous tense into past perfect continuous tense. Got it? Okay. Now let's move to next number. Okay. Here we can make a note, my dear student. Look at here. Reporting verb or reporting verb. These all said to. Okay. Said to. They are what? Reporting verb or connective. Okay. Connective. Okay. Here connective that. Okay. In that assertive sentence or statement, connective is that. So said that. Okay, we write said that here, said that, or told plus object here, told plus object, told me, told her, right? Then told my mother, told plus object plus that. You can see that here also what? That. Here is what? That. So this is the okay, the thing that you have to remember. Okay, so in assertive type of the sentence or statement type of the sentence, right? So look at here, pronoun. We use this rule, okay, to change pronoun. Yes, o, n, son. Okay, this is a mnemonic we can create ourselves. Yes, o, n, open. Okay, 1, 2, 3. It means what? If okay, first person pronoun, this one refers to what? First person pronoun change according to subject, right? And here is second person pronoun change according to object o, object. And third person pronoun, okay, remain no change. Okay, remain no change, right? Third person no change. So first person according to subject, second person according to object, third person no change. That already we have practiced in above given example sentences. Got it? Okay, never forget this. Okay, mnemonic while changing the pronoun of reported speech. Pronoun of reported speech. See, is pronoun of reported speech. You use what? Pronoun of reported speech. Okay, that this is what I also hear pronoun of reported speech. Well, now next one. Change in tense. Okay, we have made here a change in tense as well. Verb or verb one. It means simple present change into simple past. Verb two. Never forget. It's a very important thing. Okay, the simple present verb one change into what? Verb two. Simple past. Right. Verb five. Okay, if there is verb five, also even change into verb two in indirect speech. In indirect speech. Got it? Okay. Now let's look at the next one. Is in R plus verb 4 change into was were plus verb 4. You can see here you are cooking food. Okay, present continuous change into here. Let's say past continuous was cooking food, right? Is in R plus verb 4. Okay, then was were plus verb 4. Got it? Well, now let's look at the next one. If there is has have plus verb 3, it means if there is present perfect change into, okay, had plus verb 3. Okay, that already we have done here. Okay, has have plus verb 3. Look at here. She has cooked food. This is present perfect change into, okay, she had cooked food. Okay, so present perfect, past perfect, right? Okay. Now has had plus been plus verb for. Look at here. Has had plus been. Here have been plus verb for. This is what present perfect continuous change into what? Here is had been plus verb for. Okay, had been plus verb for. Past perfect continuous tense. Okay, you have to remember these changes that we have to make under change in tense, right? Okay, now look at here. Time adverb now change to then. Okay, here time adverb, okay, that we have seen here now change into then. Okay, this is also the changes that we have seen in above example sentences. Got it, my dear student? Well, now let's look at here. Okay, are the more example sentences. From there we will find out more ideas, right? Okay, number B. She said, I cooked food. Indirect. Okay. She said, I cooked food. Here is subject C. Said. This is reporting verb. Said. Here is comma. Here is double inverted comma. Okay. I cooked food. This is in. This is verb two. Simple past tense. Okay. So here she said. She said that. Okay. To remove out this comma, we have to use what? That. She said that. She. I first person pronoun sense according to subject C. So that we write here she. Then had. Okay, verb two. If there is verb two, we write past perfect. Okay, had plus verb three. Right. Simple past into past perfect. Had. Okay. She had cooked food. Okay. This is how we change from direct to indirect. All right. Okay. Now look at next example sentence as well here on the screen. They said to me we were cooking food. Okay, now here they told. Okay, if there is object after this, okay, said to, if the two plus, okay, here is object, then it becomes what? Told. If there is only said, remains same, said. If there is said to, we write what? Told. They told me that. They told me that they had been cooking food. Here is what? They were cooking food. It means what? Past continuous change into what? Past continuous tense into past perfect continuous tense. Had been plus verb is what? Structure of past perfect continuous. Got it? Well, now look at next example sentence even here on the screen. She said, "My father will play basketball." Okay, look at here. She said that. She said that. Okay, we remove out okay this comma, then we write said that because it is not said to plus object, so it is only said, so that it remains same. She said that her father. Here, my father is okay. Here is we cannot write here my father because okay this my father. So the first person my change according to what? Okay, change according to subject. Subject is what? She. So that my became what? Her. Here is she. So that her father would. Will becomes here what? Would. My father would play basketball. Right? Okay. Will becomes would. Okay. In terms of under the change of tense. Got it? Okay. Now next example sentence also. Ramesh said, my brother can play chess. Okay, it's indirect speech. Ramesh said that his brother. Here, my. Okay, then according to subject, we have to change its pronoun. So it becomes what? His. Ramesh said that his brother. His brother can. Can becomes what? Could. His brother could play chess. Right? This is how we change from direct to indirect. Got it? Well, now the most important thing that you have to remember is here under note, right? Okay, now my dear student, let's write down the most important thing from the above example sentences we have created. Well, look at here. Tense in tense. We have done already. Now, whatever I taught you before, now I'm just going to give you here the most important thing only, right? That you have to keep in your mind. Change in tense, okay? So if there is, okay, verb two, okay? I mean, if there is simple past tense, change into past perfect tense, had plus verb three. That already we have done, okay? Then if there was word, okay, if there was word plus verb for, okay, we write, okay, was verb plus verb for, had been plus verb for, right? So past continuous, past perfect, continuous tense, right? Then becomes will becomes would, right? So my dear student, even you can see here can becomes, okay, could, okay, will, would, can, could, right? So these are the changes that we have made from above example sentence, right? Okay, well, my dear student, now this is the time for summing up whatever we have learned, okay, whatever we have to, okay, apply the rules. Okay, now just I'm going to sum up for you, right? Number one, you have to remember, please note it down in your English grammar copy. Then if you have this note with you while doing exercise, it will be really very helpful for you, my dear student. Number one, said that, okay, said that or told plus object plus that, okay, that you have to write when you have to change it from direct to indirect speech. Okay, if it is assertive sentence, right? Just today I'm just teaching you only what, how to change from active to, sorry, how to change from direct to indirect, from statement type of the sentence, from assertive type of the sentence, right? Okay, so look at number two, while uh, applying or while replacing the pronoun, you have to remember such rules of, okay, change the pronoun, okay, how to change the pronoun of reported speech, okay. So according to that, son, son, what an interesting mnemonic that we can create ourselves. Son, open, 1 2 3, okay. It means what, if there is, if there is first person pronoun in reported speech, we change its pronoun according to the subject of, according to the subject of reporting, reporting speech, not reported, reporting speech, just before the comma. Get? Okay, now next one here, if there is second person pronoun in a reported speech, okay, in that situation we change its pronoun according to the object given in reporting space, okay, just before the comma. Got it? Well, now look at number, this one, okay. Number three refers what, 1 to 3, if there is third person pronoun in a reported space, okay, at that time there will be no change. Got it? So that first person according to subject, second person according to object, third person no change. Son, 1 to 3, please remember, please keep in your mind, okay, to change from active to, sorry, to change from direct to indirect and vice versa. Got it? Well, okay, number three, if there is verb 1 or verb 5, it means simple present tense change into simple past tense, right? Simple present tense, verb 1 or verb 5 change into verb 2. It means what? Simple present becomes simple past, right? If there is mr in direct speech, is mr plus verb 4, then it becomes was or were plus verb 4 in indirect speech. Never forget. Then has have plus verb 3, has have plus verb 3 or verb 2. It means present perfect or simple past change into past perfect. He had plus verb 3. Okay, he had plus verb 3. Never forget. Present perfect and simple past change into past perfect. He had plus verb 3. Got it? Okay, now look at next one. He has or he have plus been plus verb 4 or was or were plus verb 4. Okay, it means what? If there is was or if there was were plus verb 4, okay, this is past continuous. If there is present perfect continuous or past perfect continuous, sorry, if there is present perfect continuous or past continuous, okay, was were plus verb 4, in this situation we have to change, okay, in past perfect continuous, okay, had been plus verb 4, okay, we have to change it past perfect continuous, had been plus verb 4. okay, in indirect speech. Got it? Okay, my dear student, now let's jump to the next one here. Okay, look at here. Can, will, shall, may. Okay, change into can changes into could, will changes into would, shall changes into should, may changes into might. Got it? So never forget, can, could, will, would, shall, should, may, might. Okay, these are the changes we have to make. If any one of them come in the statement, okay, in the assertive sentence, to change into indirect speech. Got it? Okay, now let's look at this one. Have to, has to. If there is a have to or has to in indirect speech, sorry, indirect speech, okay, while changing into indirect speech, we should write had to plus verb one. Never forget, if there is have to or has to, anyone, okay, may come in direct speech, okay, while changing into indirect speech, we should write had to plus verb one. Got it? Okay. If there is must in direct speech, while changing into indirect speech, it becomes had to plus verb one, right? Had to plus verb one. Look at here. If there is had plus verb three and had been plus verb four, right? In that situation, it remains no change, right? No change. We don't have to change it. Okay, it remains same. Okay, it is what? Past perfect and past perfect continuous tense. Given if in the direct speech we don't have to change into another tense, okay, while changing from direct to indirect speech, so they remain same. Okay, you have to now identify the sentence and their proper tense, right? Okay, we get here adverbial tense. Okay, after changing the tense, then at last, okay, most of the time we have to change its adverb, time adverb especially, right? Look at here. Now or just change into then, right? Hence change into thence. Look at here. Today change into that day. Tonight change into that night. This day change into that day. Tomorrow change into the following day or the next day. Yesterday change into the day before or the previous day. And last becomes previous. Okay, last change into previous. This, that, these, those, ago, before, right? And here, there, right? So these are the changes. Okay, tonight, that night. So these are changes we have to make under adverbial change into indirect speech. Got it? Today I have included only the basic rules of direct and indirect speech under the speech, or under, let's say, under the assertive type of the sentence, right? Because we have to follow certain type of the rule or particular type of the rule under each and every type of the sentence given, okay, in English language, right? So I'll be teaching you other how to change of other type of the sentences, okay, into indirect speech in my other forthcoming lesson, right? Okay, my dear student, this much for today. Thank you. Have a wonderful time ahead. Bye bye. See you soon.